Landlords log, 30th of September 2011, time 9:15 AM. Yesterday's video blog sparked controversial and passionate debate over on the Property Tribes forum. You can find a link if you're watching this on YouTube in the comments section below. The issue that I have with Shelter's Rogue Landlord campaign is that it focuses on the problem rather than the objective. The objective must surely be to grow the private rental sector and to provide sufficient quality accommodation for tenants to be able to have a real choice. The reason that people are living in squalid conditions is there isn't enough property in the market. But how is the sector going to grow? How can government influence that change? Well, let's first of all look at some figures. I'm a reader of the Paragon Mortgages Landlord magazine, and in their figures, by 2013 we'll have 63.5 million people in the UK. 30 years from that, the population is likely to grow to 71.6 million. Now that growth is not going to come from birth rate, it's going to grow through immigration, and we need to create housing for these people. Surely therefore, release of land is an incredibly important factor to be able to build more properties. We also need to encourage the private rental sector to grow. That's not going to happen by heaping cost and regulation onto existing landlords. It's going to come from tax incentives. For example, if we were to waive stamp duty, capital gains tax on all residential property, and perhaps even inheritance tax on all residential property, that would encourage the private rental sector to grow, particularly if there was more housing being built, which would also help the economy in another way. So tax revenues might fall as a result of the tax breaks, but tax revenues would increase as we get more employment to build the new properties. Anyway, that's the end of my blog for today. Thank you for watching. To all landlords, live long and prosper.